I hear sirens.
You know why? You know why you hear sirens?
Why is that?
Because the big booty daddy's nephew is on NXT.
That's right, Mr. Braun Breaker done broke the internet with his name being Braun Breaker. By the way, such a lovely wedding. Such a lovely wedding. And I'm glad those two crazy kids are going to end in not divorce, but in probably a bloody domestic violence case.
I mean, that's exactly what we were talking about on Saturday about the ghosts that see poverty.
Oh, no.
Ooh, oh, my God. He hacked her to death.
Oh, God. That didn't work out. Jesus. They didn't even need us here. I was going to possess them and do it, but, you know, I guess my job here is done.
And then Ciampa's also, we'll get into that. But
I figure he hugs that title more than he hugs his daughter.
But Marcus.
Yes.
V-Trigger!
Got her! Look at her! Look at her! Instantly asleep! Instantly asleep! That's how I go to sleep at night. I rest my head under the pillow, arm under the pillow, and I'm instantly asleep. That's the way Mandy Rose did it. And Mandy, the dopest V-Trigger in the game, just laid out Kayla Carter in front of all those people. Even that guy in the blurry back, the black guy, all shocked that she knocked her out so cold. Kenny don't want none of that smoke. None of that smoke. I'm challenging Kenny today to ever do something against Mandy Rose and her crew. Her crew will beat the shit out of Young Bucks.
Kenny Omega but shouldn't worry about Daniel Bryan. He should be worried about Mandy Rose.
Mandy. She's even more vicious. She's no longer a golden goddess. She's a brunette bruiser. And now she's here to wreck shit.
A brunette bruiser.
I'm Shotzi Blackheart, the ballsy badass, and you are watching the Untitled Manny and Marcus show. Remember to like the video and subscribe. Ow, ow, ow!
Hey! Oh! Check out the Marcus and Manny show.
I hate you both right now. You guys are ridiculous.
Welcome everyone to I should redo this. The Untitled Manny and Marcus show. I am, of course, Lord Manny, and he is
Marcus, the grand finale! And Manny, I want to say one thing, and I want to say this to get this off my chest, because I know we've been partners for a long time doing this show. It's been over a year doing this show, but I want you to do something. You've been a lord, all right? You're the 100-view man. You're the man with the hands, okay? I don't want you to do this humble stuff, all right? We got to be bout it now, all right?
I mean,
you bout it.
Eric's in the chat claiming he's about it. Don't want any more of that humble shit from Manny and Marcus.
I'm going to say how about it is that Eric recognized the reference. Guys, this guy has an unlimited collection of No Limit Record CDs. He knows all about being bout it. No one says bout it in 2021, Manny. No one.
So I need to go back to this image because Mr. El Luchador says Mandy stealing Darby's gimmick.
Go for it. I hope if we could get a mix of Darby Allin and Mandy Rose and Kenny Omega mashed into one human being that is the greatest wrestler of all time.
Now I need to do this. This is when you know men mean business. Like businessmen, they sit there like this. Like they think they've got the answer, but they don't have the answer.
No, but it convinces people that they've been thinking about this.
Mandy Rose has done it better.
Yes. She's wearing the booty shorts a lot better than Darby could ever wear them. She's doing the V-Trigger.
She hasn't skipped leg day since 2004.
We dream of it. Her V-Trigger is massive, and she not only has all of this, she has a crew that's willing to take bodies anytime she wants them down, and she's down for the cause too. She didn't let that match finish. The brunette bruiser is out to kill people.
John agrees with you. The brunette bruiser is fitting for Mandy. So you've given her a nickname that is quality.
Yes. I really hope that they pick up on this one, and I sue the WWE ass because I invented Mandy Rose. I'm the one that started to say Mandy Rose deserved better. And goddammit, it took Bruce Pritchard and Vince McMahon to take over NXT to see it. They are about it. Maurice
is also about it because he said they took it back to 1997.
They're gonna make people say in a minute. Maybe they were watching Ja Rule and Fat Joe's verses and they were like, flashbacks! We're gonna do this. But truthfully, Manny, that is not a real word. If we ever get success, remind me to get me a partner by the name of Backstabbing Billy. And that way, you can revise me. Hey, Marcus, I think he's gonna turn on you. That's all I got from Trick Williams. Trick Williams is a character on his own right. The gift of gab and the gift of jab.
I mean, we might as well move into NXT as I prepare my graphics. Oh, look, hello.
Manny, as I said in the pre-show, it looks like I went to the orgy of a Sesame Street. Orgy on a Sesame Street, and I'm covered in all their different colors. Just say. Bad day for me.
So, Eric, how did you think of the arena?
I thought it was really nice. I don't know how to explain it. It was a cross between a midday talk show set, but it seemed openly expanded. I feel like I was breathing more than I did in the CWC. Even though I like the CWC setup, this felt like it was bigger and it was opened up. I don't know.
It just felt bigger, but like I felt like it felt very cramped around the entranceway.
Yeah,
like where all that stuff was. But like it did look good. I just don't like the fact that because it's so light now, and then you get all the different colors, you realize how that it is the performance center, and you can see all the white walls and everything, and I don't like that.
Man, it's like if it would be all good if I didn't see the white walls. And so Manny, now that
Jamal said this is the Bob Ross edition of the Untitled Manny and Marcus show, which I feel like we both should be painting.
Yeah.
Look at this very happy, delicious tree over here.
I'm going to tell you, if I were to paint a forest, it would look exactly like this. Just a mess.
Hey, you blind?
What was that? I am that unartistically gifted that it is natural art. That if I were to paint something, someone who in the art industry might say, this guy's a genius. But I'm going to tell you this right off that I cannot draw. I cannot color in between lines. I suck at all of that. And
you can't color in between lines. You have big.
No, I cannot. I cannot. All right? Everybody else can conform to that shit. I'm not.
Eric said, we all need someone named Trick in our life. I mean, Trick. Everyone knows that a guy named Trick. He came from prison.
Yeah, Trick can hook me up. He's your former weed man because he went to jail because he was clearly out of this.
Luchador said Trick's a for kid. Not this Trick. This Trick's a man.
I hope this Trick stays away from kids. Feeding crack to the kids. Gotta get paid. Hey. That's the way it is. But this whole setup, now that they have the setup, the look, the feel, and you're introduced to the new NXT 2.0, Manny, what do you feel these colors represent, or the whole look of it? What is your feeling of all of this?
I mean, it's definitely a new beginning, but it feels like I get it. It's like we're painting a picture kind of bullshit. So it's leading to somewhere. Like I hope it's leading somewhere. Like you see all this mesh up of paint, but you kind of hope like, oh, maybe towards the end it turns into something. But no, it probably won't. This is me just overthinking something.
So, man, I went with that. I went with two routes, and then I came up with my final route. Route one. That all these colors and stuff, it's gonna add up into a painting, like you said. It's gonna come together. It's all come together. It's the beginning of an amazing art piece. Or No, all this color is to represent the diversity and the uniqueness. And that we're going to throw a little bit of SmackDown, we're going to throw a little Raw, we're going to throw a 205 Live. All the shows are blending into here. But then at the end of the day, answer 3 is my answer. This is the Braun Breaker show because he's dressed like him. The whole show is designed for Braun Breaker.
So that's what opened up. Everyone was cutting promos about the main event, about the title match. LA Knight gets interrupted by Braun Breaker, aka Rick Steiner's son.
Hold on, don't do that. Don't do that. I will never, as I was pointing out by Eric, I will never refer to this man as Rick Steiner's son. I was referred to him as Scott Steiner's nephew.
And I mean, they had a match, and his entrance had the red lights of Scott Steiner, and I was hoping for the sirens.
Yeah, I want some booty daddy in him. He got a little bit of booty daddy. I want to question if Rick is the real father, even though he looks completely like Rick. He has a dog face, and it's a dog face gremlin.
And he actually had a good showing in this match, and it wasn't a bad way for them to open up 2.0 like this. It just makes LA Knight look ridiculous. As a luchador does point out, LA Knight comes off looking like a fucking idiot, which he did.
He did, yeah. But he's
Let me
40.
talk about something.
Yeah, he's 40 in a young man's game now. He's 40 in a young man's game. You can't be 40 in a young man's game. And that was the first thing that came up, and I was like, oh, he won. And I was like, oh, so something, maybe he's going to get the position LA Knight. So later in the attack, when Kyle O'Reilly is attacked and all that, and he's saved by Von Wagner and all that, I thought they were going to replace Kyle O'Reilly with Mr. Braun Breaker, because it makes
no,
sense.
put it in my
if you would beat somebody in that match, you put him in there.
That Carmelo was going to be put in this match. And I was please, no. After that promo, I was like, please.
Are you talking about the promo with Trick? Or are you talking about the start of the show promo? Because I think he was in one of the start of the show promos.
I don't think he was in one of the start of the show promos.
He cut something, and he cut a bad promo in the middle of this.
But let's move on to Imperium versus Josh Briggs and Brooke Jensen. Brooke Jensen, a.k.a. B Squared. Son.
B Squared Jr.
Bull Buchanan. Who's been talked to in existence because of Jamal on the Mid-Card Mess podcast last week. Talked into existence by calling his co-host Brian B Squared, Bull Buchanan, and now look to what you have. His son debuts. Do I call this a coincidence? I think not. I want Jamal to tell me who he's next going to be bringing up on the show, an obscure wrestling reference, so we can get their son into wrestling.
I don't even have one. It's gonna end up being Alex Wright, and it's gonna be Alex Wright Jr. coming out with the same dance moves. Man deserves his flowers. He deserves his flowers, Manny. But with that being said, I'm going to say this for the record. I wasn't a fan of Bull Buchanan. And his son has already eclipsed his father to me in career by just showing up on TV. I don't know if he's going to be anything special. I don't know if he's going to be a thing. Like when I saw Braun Breaker, I was like, oh, that guy can make me money. But when I saw Bull Buchanan's son, the other guy, I'm going like, this is a work in progress. They seem like they were thrown together.
I mean, their small box promo was trash.
Val Venis' daughters. I saw Eric comment.
I mean, he's left he said a comment as well, but I'm leaving that for something else. So yeah, both of these two look like when you play a wrestling game and you haven't unlocked all the attires to make it, because they look trash.
They look generic, like, you know. As much shit as I give Brian Pillman Jr. and Brock Anderson, this is about on par with them. But they were not supposed to be anything. Imperium was supposed to beat their ass. And they did.
But speaking of trash, B-Fab.
Oh, come on!
So B-Fab gets put over by the whole of Hit Row. Then she comes out. She comes out. Everything looks fine still. Everything all looks hunky-dory. Right here, look, everything looks right. Everything looks right in the world.
Ashanti's there, so it's not that right.
I mean, this is the first time he looks like he could be in the group.
He had that backpack, Manny. What is in his backpack? Where is he going?
Drugs, you know what's in that backpack.
He's running drugs for Trick.
He also looks blind in this image.
It's an update to Stevie Wonder.
He just called to say he loves you. She goes off against Katrina Cortez, aka the friend of the show, Catalina Garcia.
Our unofficial luchador of the show, female luchador. Luchador cast the other one a lot, but I'm just saying I was happy to see her because I understood why she didn't make the group of Legado del Fantasma after watching this match. Now, Manny, I feel like you're a bit harsh on B-Fab and Catalina Garcia, and I know her name.
No.
This is not. It wasn't that bad. I've seen worse matches in AEW. I've seen worse matches on Raw involving Tamina or Natty or something. There's some trash. She's brand new. This is the rookie show.
So I'm not gonna give any bad will, shoot some ill will towards Catalina Garcia. She played her role in this. B-Fab maybe want to be sad. She needs to. She looked like a lost WNBA player.
No, I just think she needed to be in there with a better wrestler. I feel like there were two young wrestlers in there who both didn't know how to actually do it much. And, you know, I feel like B-Fab charisma could carry her in their whatever intergender 8-man tag, 8-woman or 8-person tag, whatever they want to call it. She's going to be okay. I don't feel she was as bad as you give it her. She was bad.
Marcus,
she was bad.
Marcus,
she was bad.
The only highlight of this match was when they showed Pete Dunne and Ridge Holland in picture. And they weren't even doing anything. They're just talking. And I finished with a neck breaker, Mark. A neck breaker. I haven't seen that since the 80s. A neck breaker.
All right. She may have stole a move from Rick Rude or two. And it may not have been pretty. Nothing about this was pretty. But I'm going to tell you this, Manny. I have no way to defend it. I don't know.
And then after the match, she's
talking rookies, damn it.
She's talking mad shit on the mic. And then she got put in place real quick by Elektra Lopez.
Yeah, but you gotta talk shit.
When he held her back, and then she's on the mic saying, he saved your life. He saved your... Yeah, because her in-ring probably would have killed her. Trash.
I'm gonna get... B-Fab will be okay. You just gotta get retired. These are rookies. These are children. They're growing, Manny. They're developing. This is developmental.
She gets a strike. Her alone gets a strike. Worst female wrestling match of the week, and that is a match where the Evolution took place. and the
Jay
Evolution
Cargill.
was better.
Yeah. Some bad matches. Some bad women's matches this week. So when, again, Tamina and Nikki Ash botched their finish, had a decent match, and still was better than what B-Fab and everybody else is doing this week.
And then we moved from this, and I thought the bad taste of my mouth would be moved along by NXT, but no, we move into Carmelo Hayes and Trick Williams.
Hey, if you think this is bad, Manny, I enjoyed this for all the worst reasons. I got good laughs out of this. Carmelo, original promo where he just said what he had to say, Manny, I was 100% fine. And then Trick came in there, and I have no idea what happened. I don't know if they turned heel. I don't know if he's a face. I just know that Duke Hudson never saw that shit coming.
I mean, they had some moments, but those stomps they did on Duke Hudson were atrocious. Whilst Eric was saying, whoop that Trick.
Oh, that's gonna happen. I really hope that happens in the new 2.0 arena, whatever the hell they're gonna call it, in which he is getting beat up and someone saying, whoop that Trick. But I am baffled by this.
Durag laughing that up like, ha 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 ha, I made that shit.
That's good shit. Trick Williams, best name since Braun Breaker. But I'm gonna tell you this, Trick Williams, that name is gonna stay with him. I mean, he's stuck being there for the rest of his life. I don't know what this man can actually do in the ring or whatnot. By those stunts, it clearly seems like nothing much. But Carmelo turning heel, I guess, Was that a good decision?
No. He isn't even established enough for us to care about him yet.
He has a title match whenever he wants, Manny. Which I thought he still was going to use tonight. I still thought he was using it tonight.
These two look like like when you throw a piece of clothing in the dryer, and it comes out shrunk. It's like someone threw Crime Time in the dryer and then pulled out these two.
They look like a knockoff edition of Private Party, and you know I say they're a knockoff edition of the Street Profits. It's just that we just keep going down the well. We will see what the legend of Trick Williams and Carmelo Hayes is going. Why would you get a partner named Trick to beat somebody next to He's clearly going to trick you out of it. Like what? Like he's going to turn on Carmelo eventually. And he looked like he turned on him in this opening segment.
Because he's about it.
He bought it. He bought it.
So we get the next match, which was Gigi Dolan and Double J versus the Casey Express.
Yes.
Again, the most interesting thing that happened in this match was Pete Dunne and Ridge Holland and taking out Kyle O'Reilly in picture-in-picture. Which is when Mandy decided to show off her new look, getting involved in this match, and then Saray appeared, and then now we've got a 6-person tag.
Yes. And what I'm calling is my surprise match of the week. Not match of the week, but surprise match of the week. I was invested in this, and I don't know why. It was an impromptu 6-man woman tag. And with characters, I was like, I'm into this Mandy group. She has a new look. But I didn't know what they were going to deliver. I feel like they delivered in this match, and they got me hyped. I feel like the crowd got hyped into this. I don't know what happened, but this was some voodoo trick I didn't see coming. This is a really good match.
I think you were more intrigued that will you or will you not get a V trigger?
Manny, I knew I was getting the V trigger. I knew it for a second. I knew the match was ending with the Mandy Rose V trigger. I knew it from the word jump. And those are my girls. These are my girls. I don't care what anybody says. You can take your Shields, take your Wyatt families, take your Freebirds, take your Four Horsemen. It's Mandy and the girls. Mandy and the girls. Whoop your ass.
And then we get your boys, the Diamond Mine.
Surviving.
Beating up some dudes. 2 dudes that no one can probably remember their name ever again.
No.
And they announced a new female in their group from the Titan game. Ivy Nile.
Came out with her chain around her neck. Looked like she meant business. Put the diamond in her hair. So,
Malcolm Bivens has revitalized this group.
Yes, I want to say, not since, I know I'm going to get that reference. Ra's al Ghul went to the Lazarus pit. Have I seen a better resurrection of anything?
I mean, if you're talking about trading someone or getting rid of someone to bring in new talent.
Yes. They upgraded.
What a trade.
Tyler Rush for these 3? I'll take it. And I don't even know what she can do with her chain. But I know them Creed boys are dangerous. They're dangerous men. And Roddy Strong will become your Cruiserweight champion because Kushida confronted them. And I forgot he was even still a part of this brand. I was like, at 38, get off my TV, Kushida.
How have they basically upgraded everyone where he was the leader originally? Now he looks like a scrub on the side.
He looks like honestly, he's the veteran that's going to teach them the way, Manny. Diamond Mines has survived. I don't know how, but this is now this is a good faction, and I'm expecting war games with Dynamite against Hit Row. Where B-Fab...
a great sacrifice to the gods.
God rest his soul. He rusted away. Oh no, I think he had a match at Ring of Honor over the weekend.
Doesn't matter, because Diamond Mine, forever.
Ever! I don't think he stole that catchphrase from Ric Flair at all. Or any Bond movies.
Just remember, Ivy Now has not had a carb since 2005. So we get to the main event. It's LA Knight versus Pete Dunne versus Tommaso Ciampa, and then the injected Von Wagner,
Von Wagner.
an Edge lookalike,
Yes, yeah.
who Regal put in for helping out, preventing further assault on Kyle O'Reilly. The match was actually really good. Von Wagner even looked pretty good. Ciampa pins LA Knight to claim back Goldie.
Yep, and it was nice. LA Knight took 2 pins tonight. Dark times for him coming to Brewing, I guess. Mr. Man Saw was like, what am I doing with this? What are we doing?
I mean,
although everybody looked good in this match.
If there was AEW rankings for NXT, he'd be right at the bottom now.
So, but I thought it was a really good match. I thought Von Wagner put on a nice display. And, you know, I guess this is basically the end of NXT right here before we got to the wedding. And I want to say, all the new talent on the show, you know, I wasn't overly impressed, but I did say, you know, there's a lot of potential in all these guys. And I like the new showcase of all these new. It was a little refreshing.
Well, they're WWE
guys,
people, though. They're definitely WWE people, which is what they wanted in the end.
This is what Vince wants. This is exactly what he wants. And he's like, we're actually don't have to compete with other people in signing our development talent.
Yeah.
Like, our minor league talent will come to us, and they will only know us. And it seems like that's the route they're going. And it seems like this will be the Braun Breaker show as the show ends with credits with Ciampa. But before all that happened, we got a wedding.
Austin Theory made a comeback for this wedding. He brought back Damian Priest, which was
He ran away, Manny. He ran away. I thought you ran away. And then Austin was like, I did.
You know what I want on the network or the Peacock for you? I want a series of when he was away. I want to know what Austin Theory was doing when he ran away.
Yeah, when he ran away.
I want to know everything that happened.
Now the question is he back? Or is this a one-off? Because I know Priest is for sure a one-off. That's the United States champion. That's for sure a one-off.
I think Austin Theory, even though he's an evolved talent, is definitely something, because he's still young, is definitely something Vince could make a big thing on this type of show. Because if he's on the main roster, he's just going to be a scrub. He's just going to be, unless you throw him in a big group.
Yeah. Here's my theory. There was no pun intended in that.
Yes,
it just
there was.
ended up. It wasn't. It really wasn't. It just. I realized it was. I have to say no pun intended, and I was like, fuck it. Here's my theory. I think we're either gonna have a mass call up of NXT or mass releases of NXT in the next few weeks.
Well, that's
maybe
I think
draft.
I think there's going to be more releases come before even October.
Because I was like, either LA Knight is getting drafted or they're cutting them, or Kyle O'Reilly's getting drafted or they're cutting them. Because I feel like there's certain people have no spot. Like, I think Pete Dunne is leaving NXT.
I think
the main roster with his re-up contract.
I think he'll re-up, but I think they're going to keep him around just because of Ridge.
Maybe.
Ridge probably needs a bit more seasoning, and having him around Pete Dunne is probably worth having. Because he does look like he could be the main star of that show. And for future, as well as
Braun Breaker. I feel like that's the match we're building towards. I don't know when. Braun Breaker versus Ridge Holland will be the match we're looking forward to. But you know what? I thought for a show and a revamp, including, I guess I can talk a little bit about the wedding. The wedding was entertaining. I enjoyed the wedding. One of my favorite weddings of all time. It was simple. There was no chaos. I thought maybe there was going to be a chair shot or some violence at the end, and maybe a big brawl to send the show off. But nope, it ended peacefully. That the index is a thing now, and I don't believe they're staying in NXT. I believe you write them off and you send them to the main roster.
Do you know what the most Vince thing was about this? Dexter Gaylord Loomis. That was the most Vince joke ever.
It was.
I was like, yeah, I know Vince wrote this. Vince definitely wrote this.
But my favorite thing was the whole Does anybody have any objections to this? And everybody was getting up, and then he showed him he had an axe, and they were like, "Fuck this." Still not straightening. It's Drew McIntyre waving a sword at people's head. The hell out of here.
So
Murderer.
before we have more CM Punk stuff, we'll be back right after
What about
this.
Tony D'Angelo?
Meet Marcus. You may know him from the Untitled Manny and Marcus show and the Sharpshooters Wrestling podcast. You may know he spent the majority of last summer living in his car, and now he's lost all his money in Vegas. Help Marcus by donating to the Sharpshooters Wrestling podcast or going to storefrontier.com/DSPN and buying some of our merch. Help today before it's too late.
Ah! Dan Lemon show has begun where we speak the truth about AEW. Where you can do an 860 off the top of the arena, do a table just so your opponent can pick out that 2.
Even Scorpio Sky in this image looks like he's in awe of the greatest man in AEW.
Yes, the man, the best bike guy in all of wrestling today, Mr. Dan Lambert, who has established the hate, the ghost of Eric's hate. It runs through that man's veins. Honestly, if they did do the Haters Ball 2021, Dan Lambert will be nominated. Surrounded by all the pimps of haters, he will be right there.
Thing is, if you think about that skit, all that was jokes. Everything Dan Lambert is saying is real. Real.
This dude is so real and so like, and I'm just like, oh man, he's so good on the mic, but everything he said happens because I was like, a 5 guy and I doing this and kicking out at 2, that's like the next segment. Even though that didn't happen, I'm like, I hope a match don't follow with that because it's Dan Lambert. And I feel like there are people that actually hate when he's on TV, and I'm going like, he's entertaining as hell. Do I care about the Man of the Year? I do not. Do not. But Dan Lambert makes them watchable.
Let's just cover that segment now. So I got tired of when Jericho came out. It's the same shtick. It's just the same shtick since 1997.
Oh, wait a minute. Come on. This has been upgraded. This is a different version of Jericho. This is the same thing from last week. I wouldn't give him 1997.
When the Men of the Year take on Jericho and Hager, I think Hager's turning on him.
Do you want that, Manny?
Do I want it? No.
Do you want to go down that route?
No, I don't.
You want Jake Hager versus Jericho?
No, but I feel like that's happening because America's top team is clearly there for Hager.
I was actually really disappointed that the entire Inner Circle didn't walk out because they could have been a crew again. They could have been a crew. They could have just walked out there. I mean, we had that stipulation. If they lose the match, they have to break up. But they didn't lose that match. They're still together. But yet they never are in the same segment.
I mean, yeah. But you've got Sammy telling his friend encouraging his friend make bad choices with Fuego del Sol putting his car up against Miro.
Yeah,
for the TNT
I'm going to tell you this. I would take Trick Williams over Sammy Guevara as being my friend. Because he was encouraging that shit. But back to the segment, I thought it was cool that the crowd continued to sing Judas. Even though there was no song playing, Dan Lambert cut it off. I thought that was a cool segment. And, you know, I enjoyed the segment, even though I hate myself for saying that. I do.
El Luchador said Lambert trying to make wrestling great again gimmick is working for him. This ends with Lambert getting super kicked 1,000 times, right?
By who? I feel like he's going to lose his feud right here with Jericho. It ends with Jericho probably giving him the Judas effect.
Jericho can't hit a super kick.
Yeah, he can't get that leg up no more.
Maybe shin
music.
There's not enough DDP yoga for him to do that super kick.
Oh, so I enjoy Dan Lambert, but I don't know if, you know, just because I'm agreeing with him and I got my MAGA hat on, make I don't even know if it's a MAGA hat. I couldn't even come up with it. This is for Lambert, but whatever. He's going out there and he's speaking the truth and he's telling people as it is. And Jericho needs to shut the hell up before Junior Dos Santos is unleashed on his ass and kill him. Because Jake Hager don't want any of that smoke in that ring. None of that.
So we go back to the start of AEW where Adam Cole takes on Kazarian. Bear in mind, CM Punk is also on
CM Punk
is on commentary, which was
replacing
made all
CM
about
Punk
him.
on commentary.
They mentioned CM Punk about at least 15 times before he actually came out.
Yeah, and I honestly, he gets these big ovations and he jumps in the crowd. Everybody loves him and he's doing all this. It's great. Everything's fine, you know. But I'm really concerned about his safety when he does that. Like, his injured, I'm like, those people are disgusting. You're jumping into those disgusting people.
That's
and I'm not.
waiting to happen.
Yeah, I'm not. I mean that in any wrestling building or any sporting event. I'm not jumping into the stands, whether it's basketball, hockey. I'm not even doing Lambo leaps right now. Those people were disgusting, and I was like, get your grubby hands off of him. You're going to ruin his product if he gets COVID. If he gets COVID, you ruin his product, and you ruin all of wrestling. Save this man.
Marcus, there'll be no more Lambo leapings if you have a repeat of what happened on the weekend.
This show's over. This show's over.
What do you make of CM Punk taking credit for influencing Adam Cole's career during commentary?
I wanted to tell him to shut the fuck up. But I have no evidence. Maybe Adam Cole told him that. But I just feel like he should be, you know, more humbled. And like, yeah, Adam Cole, reason he got into the business. Kazarian, even though he's older than me, reason he got into the business.
And then I don't understand why they keep pushing this narrative on commentary whenever Kazarian's out there that the Elite destroyed SCU. No, SCU destroyed SCU because they made that choice to disband if they next time they lose.
Yeah, it had nothing to do with the Young Bucks and anything. If they lose a match, we disband. Kazarian could just be like, oh, we lost, and, you know, I didn't like the way we did that. You want to continue to go? Yeah, sure. There was no stipulation on the line. It is a false narrative, and Kazarian is a selfish piece of shit and a liar anyway, because he called himself an elite hunter. But who has he ever caught? Who has he ever got? The Elite has whooped his ass every time they've seen him. Take your 40-year-old man home. You're the only 40-year-old in your show. You're the only guy over 30 on this show that nobody wants to see, Kazarian. Get out of here, Kazarian. And he got too much offense on Adam Cole, too.
And then Adam Cole gets on the mic after he wins. He says Cage, Luchasaurus, and Jungle Boy have gone under his skin, and he challenged the Super Clicker back, and they're challenging them to a match, which they later on in the night agree to this match.
Where's the rest of the crew? It seemed like he was all there by himself. But, yeah. Big match happening next week.
And then Miro's response to Fuego del Sol putting the car on the line. He said everyone that he's faced and redeemed, their careers have got better. So why are you calling me out?
Yes.
He's like, you're putting your throat on a plate that has already spared you. I'm going to bash your brains in and then your car. And then your family will be grateful for me. This is the word of the Redeemer.
Yes! And, Manny, I don't even want to see the match. I don't even want to see the match between him and Fuego del Sol. I want to see the match between Miro and the car. I just want to see him destroy the car. I want to go full Street Fighter and watch him destroy a car for 60 seconds. Is it 60?
Yeah. Is this happening this Friday or next week?
I believe it's next Friday. I honestly don't know. They throw so many matches at you.
They were promoting so much shit tonight. I don't know if this happened Friday, next week, whenever.
And here's my complaint of AEW. Complaint number one on the show I made was like, Excalibur was trying to sell me shit this week to start the show. We ring the bell, Adam Cole's first match. He's over there shopping AEW, shopping. He went through like a minute or two of pure ads as the match was starting. And I was like, let the match breathe a little bit. Let me enjoy the moment. This Adam Cole's first match, you started with 500 different ads about Shop AEW. Get your tickets at this Grand Slam show. Hey, go to this. And I'm like, man.
But you know what the worst thing was? Them promoting CM Punk talking on Dynamite next week, 48 hours before he competes. Before he competes for the first time on TV in 7 years.
They're giving him Sting treatment. They're giving him Sting treatment.
I don't need to know that. He's going to be interrupted again.
Yeah. Well, CM Punk on commentary, I was entertained by him. He was fine. He wasn't,
he's not Jericho, which makes him a bit more entertaining.
He's more reserved, and he said what he had to say. He applied some stuff. Called Excalibur out on his bullshit, just randomly. And I appreciate that. Until he was attacked by Hobbs.
I mean, Hobbs. Do you see what Hobbs was wearing?
Yeah.
Now, I believe he is Bowie about it. I don't believe nothing about Trick Williams.
No, Hobbs is on Stay Crack is whack. That's his outfit. That's his outfit. He's Rikishi Fatu or whatever his name was back then.
But he was a bad man. I'm a bad man.
So he threw CM Punk through the table. This is not even that segment, but whatever. Fuck it. We're going live. Oh. And I'm having flashbacks of the time CM Punk fought right back, and I expected another podcast about how Will Hobbs ended his career. That's what I was doing.
So we get MJF Brian Pillman Jr. MJF gets a mic. He called New Jersey the armpit of America. I don't know if that's true or not. It sounded hilarious.
Why not?
But I feel that it's getting a bit... I feel like MJF is talking too much before he even gets to the point he's trying to get to.
Wait,
I get that he's a heat magnet, but like they're using it for all the wrong reasons.
What? What reasons do they use it for? Good?
No, but like it took him a while to even get to the point where he was talking to hell to Brian Pillman.
Yep, speed now. Oh, he had to apologize for his remarks last week, and then he had to escalate it this week when he was talking about the Pillman family. And he talked to Brian Pillman via hell, and an old trait that Randy Orton did that he got so much backlash for. AEW gets to skate by with some shit like this because unapologetic. Wrestling fans are soft anyway. Let this shit happen. Whatever complaint that was going on about MJF promo, he was a bad guy saying bad things.
I mean, if this happened in WWE, I think it gets taken the wrong way again.
Yeah, issues of apologies.
It happened when Randy did it about Eddie, when Paige did it about Charlotte's brother.
Yep. I mean, heels are being heels. Just let them say it. Let them say what they want. So anyway, Pillman comes out there and is immediately just a piece of shit. I just don't believe anything this dude does.
I don't believe anything he said with JR either.
I thought it was awkward that they went to that segment. They should have did the interview earlier in the night and then say MJF responds to the interview and then Pillman runs out. I feel like this was done backwards. I'm just not getting behind Pillman. I'm not. I'm sorry. MJF is... I think I know what they're doing. It's MJF being more of evil and reestablish that he's not a good person. Basically, that he's a bad guy, and it's redoing that because there's no way in hell, and you can call Brian Pillman up and text. Not playing, joking. Oh, there's no way that he beats MJF.
Yeah, I didn't enjoy any of this.
And by the way, MJF falls for this trick all the time where he tells Wardlow, meet him at the ramp. I feel like that's happened at least 20 times. In the Cody feud, in the Jericho feud, and now this feud. Meet him at the ramp. It's never worked for him.
So FTR versus Matt Sydal and Dante Martin. I didn't have any problem with this match. I enjoyed this match. However, they have so many tag teams on this roster. Why are they putting a makeshift tag team against FTR?
Where's Mark Sydal or the other Sydal? Mickey Sydal or whatever his name is. Where was he? What happened? Why? I understand you want to feature Johnson, but give him another partner. Get him another partner. You didn't need Mike Seidel. Matt Seidel.
It's getting ridiculous. It's just like they have so many tag teams and they talk about having the best tag division in wrestling, yet they're not using them.
Throw a spaceship title. He could have beat the Private Party. He could have beat Butcher the Braid because they're the number one contenders for whatever reason. But there are 100 other. He could have beat T8, the hybrid. Beat the hybrid.
And it's, but the match was good.
It was solid. It was a good match.
FTR deserve better. They're pretty much in the same spot they were in when they left WWE, just like lost.
Now the difference is they're winning matches.
They were winning matches in WWE as well.
Not really. They were losing. They were jobbing out.
It was 50-50, but like they were still they still had wins here and there.
This FTR I think only lost like what, twice, something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, how often do they feature that you're aware of?
I still miss the moment when, you know, and I want to do what if, you know, WWE, you know, like they have on the Marvel. What if FTR and Randy Orton stayed together? They would have been running roughshod. It would have been great. It would have been great. But nope. Viper and those dogs never worked out.
You say that, but then we don't get Randy.
Randy, don't cash in on Randy. I think we can still get there. We can still get there because somehow we lead to a Hurricane Pro versus the Revival. And that would have been epic.
So we get Malachi Black come out. Long entrance.
All right.
Long entrance.
Hold on.
He looked like the reverse Ku Klux Klan leader.
Call it out a black woman. A black Puerto Rican woman.
He called out a black woman of Rosario Dawson.
In a crowd amongst whites.
Who steps up to him, which makes him look weak anyway. How the woman just an actor just jump over the guardrail and square up to this killer.
I'm going to tell you this right now. I was more interested in her fighting Malachi Black than I was Cody.
Yeah, so
I was like, book that shit. Book that shit right now.
And then Cody
would kick his ass.
Cody obviously appears in the crowd and then needs to brawl through the crowd. No telling whether they broke up this brawl or anything. They went to commercial and they changed the subject.
Between the hot dogs, between the bathrooms and the hot dog concessions and the beer, they decided, I'm tired. You tired? Yeah, let's walk away. Let's walk away. Where's my fucking hood? I'm going to say, of all the wrestling shows this week, and you know, it's a lot of wrestling and whatnot, and everything I watched this week, this is the segment that made no sense to me whatsoever. Had no sense, no logic, or anything whatsoever. It had zero logic. And I may criticize other stuff and criticize this. This is the one time where I was like, my logic meter did not let this go through. You cannot let this go through. Malachi Black randomly comes out to the ring. Full entrance. To let us know that Rosario Dawson's in the front row and says she don't belong here with us. Because she's Puerto Rican, because she's a woman, because she's wearing a nightmare coat. I have no idea. Because she's with Cory Booker. He said nothing along those lines. He just said that and then immediately walked toward her. And I don't know when in the night that he noticed that Rosario Dawson was there. And he had to come out and was like, is no one going to say anything about this? I have to do this. And then Cody is coming down from concessions? When he's supposed to, and most of the time he's conceived with his headset coming from God knows where. And from the top of the ramp. And this dude retired anyway. Why is this feud happening? He retired him. And Cody was done. He was on the fence of hanging it up. And then I guess because Malachi beat up Shoney Lee Johnson, he's coming out of retirement. And they had this brawl in which Manny points out no one's actually watching the brawl. They are just looking at their phone. They are still fighting now. Yes, we have no breakup. They just fucked off, basically. Somewhere.
The thing is, it's not. That was the thing I posted in the mid-card mess about it was the meme of not a phone in sight.
Yeah.
People just enjoying the moment. Everyone had their phone out in that image when they happened. This is not just an AEW thing. This happens everywhere.
This is a thing. It
And-
don't matter what you're doing. It's like I've seen entire baseball games from somebody fall before.
I was
Like,
like,
why aren't you watching
recording
the
this
game?
I was like, why are you recording this? You're not gonna watch it back. You're not gonna watch this back. It's just gonna sit on your phone for eternity.
Yeah, it's no reason. What, you expecting to get some great moment in this? No, they're fighting away. Also, during this segment, Manny, your friend and fellow YouTuber tried to
He's not my
attack
friend.
Malachi Black.
He's not my friend.
He tried to attack Malachi Black.
So if you watch AEW, you would have noticed a fat man in green in the front row in the audience. He try and take a swipe at Malachi Black. This guy is Grim from Grimm's Toy Show and some other thing. I can't remember what his wrestling channel is where he stages fights.
I guess. All right. So, I don't know if he took a punch, Manny. I'm going to say he didn't for his own sake. Just really sell it out. But it looked like he was like, yeah, I'm hyped up. But I'm going to say this fight went on so long up them stairs that it seemed like the crowd was behind it up until they got halfway and they were like, oh shit, they're still going.
I think I heard visible boos the moment Cody appeared, though.
Yeah. I think the crowd's done with Cody. The love
Yeah,
affair is
I
over.
would be too. So in the pre-show, you told me this was your favorite point of
by the way,
AEW.
Yeah, by the way, they didn't even point out what the reasons Rosario Dawson and Cody are connected. All you have to do is say, oh, they do the Go Big Show together, which features everything. I was like, where's the ad?
I mean, you're
Rosario
probably-
Dawson's randomly there.
You'll probably find out in about 4 weeks. Much like how it took this long to find out why the Gun Club did whatever turned on Paul White. It's because they've been disrespected. Are you satisfied that you finally got the answer why they turned on the Big Show? Because it doesn't explain why it doesn't explain why the Big Show. First of all, they could have done it to anyone. Why the Big Show?
He has no. He is not in charge of the rankings unless he has some backdoor job in AEW where, yeah, I actually devised the rankings myself and the algorithm to put it together. Unless they explain that, that still explains why they run out, make the save from QT Marshall and his crew, the factory, and then attack the Big Show and turn on him. We haven't had a follow for the Big Show of why he feels about this. There is nothing to happen, and the Gun Club turned heel for, I guess,
reason.
2 people to care. No one's watching them on Dark going like, I can't wait to see the new heel version of the Gun Club. No, just didn't have a spot. They have one of the most, if not the most talented roster in the world. Why not use these people? Let Thunder Rosa get some time, or who am I missing? I can't think of a wrestler. Give Andrade more than 30 seconds of TV spots.
I didn't even care about the Andrade spot.
No, there's no reason to care about Andrade. He gets 30 seconds. I forgot all about it. I only said that because I was trying to think of a wrestler who could have got more time, and then Andrade's right there. Give somebody more time.
So Jade Cargill versus Layla Hirsch. This was already better when they came out. Just the entrances were better than B-Fab versus
How dare you? How dare you?
Catalina
You're
Garcia.
gonna regret the day you say this. One,
Marcus,
I'm gonna say
B-Fab made me
No.
be mad. Then I was be sad. She needs to be better.
no. Honestly, I'm going to give the B-Fab and Katrina Cortez, Catalina Garcia match more points for interests because it was Catalina Garcia, damn it. My favorite NXT wrestler. She has wrestled on Raw. She has wrestled on Raw with Sin Cara, the legendary luchador, Manny. So don't you ever say that they have better. And Catalina Garcia was waiting in that ring better than anybody has ever waited in that ring before in my life. And Layla Hirsch and Jade Cargill has this match. I guess it's solid or whatever. It's just, it's there, but I had no emotion toward either one of the characters. So I feel like Jade was going to just take her out.
Then we get Shawn Spears versus Darby Allin. I didn't understand why they were cleaning faces the whole point of this match. Even the aftermath when he cleaned Sting's face, I was like, what the fuck's going on?
Saving them time. You're saving me time cleaning my face. The show's over. I don't have to glue. I don't have to scrub and get all this paint off my face. You're saving me time. Yeah, I didn't ask for this. I didn't. But we're going to get it.
For this.
We're going to get it. And Sting's wrestling next week, and they continue to stack that card. I don't know what show these are all on, though. I'm so mixed up on which is on which show. Is the Sting match on the Wednesday show? Or is it the Rampage show?
You just got to enjoy the experience.
And throughout this entire Dynamite, you want to know what was going through my mind? What the fuck's the main event on this show? I totally forgot it. In a million of matches they have advertised, I was like, but what about this show? How are we ending this? And I was like, oh, Danielson's addressing the crowd. That makes sense.
I thought that would have been the best way to end the show instead of the actual
Yes.
main event. So, basically, Brian tells Kenny, give the people what they want. Don says no, which led to various pieces of shit chants because they overused the word shit in this segment.
Yes.
I feel
Manny,
I feel like Bryan Danielson was tired of Daniel Bryan not being able to say shit for how many years he was in WWE. So Bryan Danielson let out all the shits Daniel Bryan couldn't say.
His chant is no longer yes, 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 Manny. It's
like,
shit,
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 shit. Or maybe he should be pointing down when he says shit, shit, shit. No, but the whole show overused the term shit. I felt like they were kids. They were babies in an elementary school who were finally allowed to curse, and they were like, I'm going to say it, I'm going to say shit. And Jericho's like, I'm going to say pussy. I'm going to say all these words that I'm not allowed to say. And I'm like, no, that's fine. Go ahead. Like, just to get a cheap reaction to say shit, and the crowd's like, yeah, they're saying shit. They're saying shit. They're cursing. Jesus.
So basically, Brian said he wanted to fight the best bout machine and the god of pro wrestling, but all he's seen since is a guy who hangs out with stooges and lets this piece of shit Don Callis speak for him.
Yeah.
He thinks Kenny has lost his balls, and then Kenny just agrees to the match. But it doesn't appear from the advertising that this is going to be a title match. It just looks like it's going to be a regular match.
No, it's a non-title match. That's how you get a bar on the rankings. When I say, fuck the rankings. Give them the title match. And this should be a classic, and I hope, and again, as I say about most Bryan Danielson matches, stay safe, brother. Those Kenny matches seem brutal.
I mean, this is definitely a pay-per-view match where they're building Dynamite and Rampage next week to be like two nights of pay-per-views. But if you're AEW, are you giving away too much for free at this point? Like they have a history of giving away too much for free. Is this going to have like a janky ending, or is it going to be like Kenny versus Christian on Rampage a few weeks, where it was a solid match? Yeah, it was a solid match and it delivered, but it kind of took. I felt like it kind of took a little bit away from the pay-per-view match.
I think that's the route they're going. Is that they're going to have this match. Bryan Danielson's going to probably win. Crazy shenanigans ensue. He builds himself in the rankings. At Full Gear, the real match, Bryan Danielson versus Kenny Omega. This time for the AEW World Heavyweight Championship is on the line. And I'm okay with that route. I'm okay. I have no issues with this. Just I don't feel like they're giving too much away for free because I wouldn't pay for it anyway. Hey. No,
I never pay for AEW stuff.
You ain't shit, Manny. You're a thief.
Yeah, but I'm going with what Eric said. I'll go with what Eric said. I won't say it out loud, but I'll just agree with it.
I don't think it's all shit. But I thought it was a shit show.
A shit show.
No, I agree with you. This is how the show should have ended, and they could have put this was all reserved by Titan Entertainment or whatever the hell it says under there.
Yeah, and then so we got Eddie Kingston and Mox versus 2.0. Mox is a former world champion. He should not be struggling nearly as much as against these two. And so when it ended, do you know when they talked earlier about the Suzuki incident?
Yeah.
And they played off the Suzuki goon with the Murder Hawk and everything. Did you
Yeah.
sense some racial microaggressions from the commentary team racial microaggressions from the commentary team of how he's upset about not hearing his music and everything? I felt I heard racial undertones.
I didn't get any of that. I
I speak for the Asian audience and say racial undertones and hashtag AEW's racist.
Hashtag yes. No, terrible campaign. There's a terrible campaign going on. So during the whole Suzuki incident, I was like, damn, they didn't play his music. Oh well, you know, they're here cut for time, whatever. I just let it go. I was like, it's fine. You know, I'm sorry, people, but they were cut for time. Shit happens. Oh, now that he got his full entrance after the match with 2.0, I went, they're right to cut this. This is long as fuck.
I mean, it doesn't play off well with the Americans not knowing the full how to sing the actual anthem.
Yeah, this isn't like Jericho's song in the middle. Like, no, this had to be cut, and I feel like they should have cut. And I don't understand why this closed the show. Maybe they're trying to. Maybe this is catering to John Moxley's ego. Like, you bring all these guys in, I'm the main event. But you would have me close the show, John. I don't understand why he's closed. I think 2 straight shows or 3 or whatever it's been. 3 straight shows of AEW. It was last week he closed with Suzuki. Then on Rampage he had the match, or Brian Pillman came out and he ran out to make the save, and then Dynamite makes the save. It's like they're trying to cater to his ego or something. That you're still our guy. You're still our guy, even though we brought all these other guys. You're still our guy, John. Just to let you know. I just feel like this was a proper ending.
AEW booked the Forbidden Door of New Japan, like the Power Rangers booked their fights. The enemies came from space. They came through that galaxy door, came to Angel Grove to challenge the Power Rangers.
And then,
John Moxley in this instance is the Power Rangers.
But you're missing the best. You're missing the best part, Manny. Watch them grow. Oh shit. That pin was not supposed to bounce. It bounced into my TV screen. But anyway, that's my favorite part. I feel like the biggest thing about all of this is the rise of 2.0 and Danny Garcia. As in, these guys have fucking jumped. They have jumped up in the world. No one has had a rise like ever rise. Like, this is a real jump.
Do you know what the saddest thing about this is?
Main events now.
Do you know what the saddest thing about this is? In about a month's time, the decline is going to be awful.
They have never even won a match. I don't think they've won a single match. Neither one of these guys.
They'll be on AEW After Dark. AEW Lights Out.
AEW Light Skin. Like, they're gonna be on all of it. They're gonna win all those shows. But I'm gonna say for the whole show in general, a lot of it was okay. So I say NXT and the show were about equal this week in entertainment. They're about equal. Both solid. And the next show for AEW needs to be their like 2 million view show or whatever. It should be insane because that is the most stacked card I've ever seen someone give away on free TV. For I don't know what days they're all on. I'm just gonna let it fall play. I think the Omega one is on Wednesday. I think that's the real main event show.
AEW Light Skin is what picked up from what you said. Is the main event? I can't even remember his name. The British guy, the boxer. I can't remember his name.
Who? What are you talking about?
And who's the AEW guy? The boxer.
Oh, now I forgot his name. The one Cody fought.
Yeah.
It's
He'll be in the main event against Scorpio Sky.
Oh my god, I'm blanking on his name. I know his name.
Anthony Ogogo. Thank you, Eric.
Anthony Ogogo. Thank you.
Anthony Ogogo versus Scorpio Sky main event on AEW Live Stream.
No, it's not Scorpio Sky. It's Dante Martin.
But the AEW Light Skin Championship of the World.
Special guest referee John Legend.
No, he'll sing them to the ring. He'll be announced.
Mark Cassidy's there. It's gonna be the greatest YouTube show of all time, where the light skins will all come together and rejoice and finally get their say in the wrestling world.
Eric said, "Give you what you want. Add Dante Martin. Make it a triple threat."
Blake Griffin at ringside to present the title. It's gonna be amazing. An amazing show.
Oh.
Half of the private party will be there. It's not what you call them. With the brain.
I can't even remember their names.
I can't remember their names anymore. Jesus. Senility is kicked in.
Isaiah Cassidy's the light skin one, I think.
Yeah, he will be on the show.
Mark Quinn. Yeah, Mark Quinn.
Mark Quinn.
Mark Quinn bitched it. He's the one. He's the one that won't be on the show.
He won't be on the show. And Cody Rhodes will present the show for all these people in the audience. Yes, this is AEW Light Scan presented by Cody Rhodes.
And Levi said Trae Young will jump ship from WWE.
He will attack Flago Del Sol. Apparently he has things with luchadors and mats. The dangerous Trae Young. Get the choke out. Oh, man. So that's the
end of the show today.
I thought it was, fun show. We had some good, we had some bad, we had some ugly.
I mean, the greatest thing is we created AEW Light Skin.
Yes.
And then the AEW Light Skin Championship of the World.
Yes. It's just white. It's just like a tan title. Yes, tan.
I want a color grade like paint. And then if someone tries to challenge, like, nope, you don't fit the color code.
I'm sorry, you're just a little too dark. Just a little. Scorpio Sky's like, come on!
And then, the people that are too tan, they'll be like, no, that is just a tan. Get out of it.
No. That's a sick tan, Mr. Referee.
And this is how I'm going to end the show. Eric said, you guys were about it today. And on that note, guys,
we're about it. Shit!